a seat. You're watching Ceddyjdusk. Everybody's got a story to tell, a dream to chase, and a wish as well. Different faces, different points of view, but we're all here trying to make it through. Some are artists, some are stars, some are building brands and raising the bar. When the spotlight shines, everybody can see the power of possibility. It's all about inspiration, a little motivation, good conversation. You're in the right place tonight. Yeah. It's Ceddyjdusk live, where the good vibes grow. Real people, real stories, everybody gets to show. Ceddyjdusk live, come and spend some time. Laugh a little, learn a little, leave your worries behind.
What's up, everyone? This is your boy, Ceddy J. You're tuned into another beautiful episode of Ceddyjdusk Live or Live, wherever you want to say, because the theme song. Shout out, we got a brand new theme song, y'all. We got a theme song. Oh, my God.
Hey.
So, yes, today's beautiful episode, as you know, we do our Convo series, our interview series. We got a convo with my boy LOYALTY500, who happens to be an artist, and I specifically chose the title. I said mogul. I don't give that title out to everybody. Welcome
Man,
again to the
appreciate
show, my boy, LOYALTY500. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's up, man? It's a pleasure to be here, man. I appreciate the opportunity, man.
Well, shoot, man, we appreciate you, man. I was thinking, I was like, man, this dude, I know him from well back in doing a lot of the media stuff I'm doing. And one thing I like about people that draws me to them sometimes too is not just they put in the work, but they support others in as far as this stuff too. And I'm like, this dude always to the goddamn photo shoots, sitting right here in front of me. We like, yes, shout out to my girl Chelsea. Big ups to her.
Shout out.
I'm sitting here like, motherfucker, when we gonna focus on YouTube? So
Yeah.
so
Man,
this, I was
appreciate
like,
it.
with the music, I said, man, this is perfect to be able to segue. I got all these different tools. Artists, I can do so much more for artists now. So I am glad I could be able to do that. And man, glad to have you on the show, man.
Man, for sure, because you definitely been a cornerstone in the Fort Worth underground music scene for quite a while, for sure. Clubs,
Don't tell me about it.
showcases. Yeah, that boy
A lot of
really
people think I
putting
just
in
woke
work.
up. They think I just woke up yesterday and started doing this shit. I was like,
man, I used to see you everywhere. I go to the strip club, Ceddy over there. I go to the regular club, Ceddy over there. I'm like, this nigga everywhere, boy. On me.
Nah, man, it's and because we were just talking briefly for the show and whatnot, about the clubs and stuff. Me walking for the clubs, like people don't get it twisted. I didn't say I wasn't going to go to the clubs. I'm just not necessarily doing the behind the scenes work of the promoting and DJing and the grind that goes into these club nights. I just don't do that anymore. But
Even dancing, I look over that nigga hitting the dance moves and everything. Boy, stop playing with Ceddy.
And I lost, and like y'all already know me, I'm losing weight more and more. So I'm like, yeah, I'm getting more
Yeah,
active. So it's like, I
yeah.
feel
He
like,
try to
wait,
he trying to become a sex symbol. I see you on
I'm
the.
trying. Hey man, don't tell them the secret. That the secret sauce. You let this the cat the bag. That's exactly what it is. I'm trying to just like little, slowly sex symbol. Trying to do a little bit.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with it. That's how we supposed to rock out.
So yeah,
Yeah,
man,
man.
I just killing myself in the gym today. I'm like, I'm in there on the bench, like about to die. But nonetheless,
They don't see that work behind the scenes. They just see the results. So hey, we
yeah,
ain't mad at it. You just pop up on their ass. They go, oh shit, what's happening?
yeah,
You
shirt.
know.
I shoot. Matter of fact, the shirt I got on now, shoot that mug. It was a little snug. I mean, it was a little snug about a month ago, and even more
Yeah.
than a month ago. It was even worse. It's like, it be like I could barely I could button the buttons, but like when you barely got them, it be spreading like that. That's exactly how I deal
Uh
with. So yeah,
huh.
that shit. Hey, I put it on today. I said, oh, this mother gonna look. I said, you know what? This would be a good look for the show. And I put it on. I said, oh, that must
Yeah, got me fucked up. The journey going well.
right.
Nah, for real.
But man, so I want to get into what. First off, the name Loyalty 500. Wow, what is the meaning behind the name, and what made you get into music even in the first place?
Okay, well, I'm originally from New York, so music is a big deal out there. Everybody in the world rap in New York. So, I grew up in the battle culture and things like that. So the name, so I took a liking to music early. Like music was my outlet for everything. When I was a kid and I was scared of the dark, I play some music. I'm good. So I used to go to sleep listening to music, wake up listening to music. So I developed a love for it. And as far as the name, well, I turn what I feel my biggest weaknesses into my biggest advantage. So my problem is a lot of times I'm loyal to a fault. I'm loyal even when people don't deserve the loyalty. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I had to uh revolve my name around to probably my biggest downfall and my biggest asset, because it can go both ways. You can get hurt behind it and you can also come up big behind it. So I'm a real loyal person to a fault. So in the 500, this fan 500 for life. So it's loyalty 500.
That's what's up. Like, I just heard what I something. I didn't know. See, so a connection point. Like, I didn't know you was from up top too, because I'm from Jersey originally.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I said now things are starting to make a little more sense.
Facts, facts.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of which, the Knicks. How you feel about the Knicks?
Hey, we back. Let's go, man. First time in my lifetime. It feels so good for the Knicks to have a championship.
I
You
was
hear me?
like,
Shout out Jalen Brunson.
the
Yes,
I said
sir.
every time when he's supposed to start going crazy and start coming back, you'll see me take my hand. And I go, because I'm lighting up that Bunsen burner.
You right up that
I get
Brunson burn
started
on me.
every time I get started. Oh Lord, and he go, yeah,
And the city went crazy too. They set
crazy. They was
buses
going
on
crazy
fire,
before that.
shooting people, stabbing, beating people up. The New York didn't know how to act. We ain't had a championship so long. We ain't know how to act. It's crazy out there right now, man.
And they be having me laughing. They be talking so bad on like side talk and stuff. Like dead ass fuck Wimby. Hey man, get ready to learn Chinese because you're going to China. They be acting a
Man,
fool.
they found the room Wimby was staying at and was heckling his ass from the balcony. He on the balcony minding his business. Wimby, you're a bitch. Go back. I'm like, damn, boy, they are relentless out. New York fans is some monsters, bro. Some fucking monsters. That shit is crazy.
So question. I'll lead to that because I deal with this as well. Like the coach, like having the best of the culture of up from being from the East Coast, and then also like melting that in with the Texas culture? Like, how do you find a way to make that work? Because
Well, I'm
it's
gonna
some
tell you
tough
like
work
this.
sometimes.
I'm gonna tell you like this, New York gave me the lyrical ability, and when I moved to Texas, it gave me the rhythm. I'm gonna tell y'all like, ain't nobody got rhythm like down south. So when I came down here, it added another dynamic because I grew up going to parties and things like that. All the rappers is freestyling in parties, and I felt
Yes.
like I'm a good rapper, so I got to be able to do this too. So I got good at doing it, and with that, I developed the rhythm. And so now I have the lyrics and I can deliver them in a rhythm that'll make you stay in tune with it, make you pay attention more, demand a little attention. So now when I make music, it's melodic, it allowed me to take advantage of all my skills because I can sing too. And before I moved down here, I ain't never used to sing on a track. But now that I got the rhythm, it just come naturally. So singing, rapping, and I just felt like it made my music 10 times better than it ever was. Because I always had the ability to say the right words. It was about saying it in the way that would command attention, that'll make you want to listen. Like, oh, what did he just say? You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Instead of being like, all right, whatever. And I feel like a lot of New York rappers had that problem. They're good rappers, but there's no rhythm, so you don't even want to listen to it. Like, I don't want to listen to this shit. Is boring.
Yeah, like
Commons and it's a lot of them. Commons. I grew up listening to Jada Kiss and Jay-Z and things like. But Jay-Z even he was boring. When I got a bigger, I guess you would say, range of music, because in New York, they think everybody in the South can't rap, but that ain't true. It's
yes.
not true, man. Because I came down here and I heard Chameleon there for the first time. I was such a big Chameleon fan. He throwing bars back to back. I'm like, oh my god, this man is a monster. You know what I mean? So it helped me tune into a lot of music and learn that hey, there's a whole nother level to this shit too. And eventually when I first came down here, New York was still kind of running the rap game. But you see, the South is running the rap game now. It was only a matter of time before that rhythm and that ability to make people want to listen, took the forefront. You know,
This is what I always say that I feel like is what the key thing is. I feel like the East Coast, what they do consistently is because just because rap, hip hop, and everything was originated there, they got the business aspect down. Versus here, we have more so the style down as far as
I'm
as far as
I'm gonna tell you.
overall
Look,
drawing people.
this is what I'm gonna tell you. When you in New York, you think the rest of the world is like New York. New York it has so many people and it's a big enough market that you don't have to be anything but New York, And so when I was younger, my dad used to tell me New York is a make believe place. So in other words, when you go out here in the rest of the world, none of the world is like New York. New York is a melting pot. It's not so much the racism ain't the same. Like when I went to school, there was all type of races in my school, but we all listen to hip hop. We all dress the same. The only difference is they might go home and they mamas listening to Spanish music. But besides that, they love everything we love. Out here, when you move to these other places, you start seeing every race of people has their own culture. The culture in New York is mixed together into like one culture, and out here you got the Mexicans, they dress and move how they move. You got the black people dress and move how they move. You got the white people dress and move how they move. Out there it ain't the same. You'll see a white guy and he'll be dressed like me. You might think he Puerto Rican whole time he's a white guy, So we had a dude went to my school, his name was White Mike. And at the time, everybody used to think he was Puerto Rican, but we knew because we knew his brother and stuff like that. Like they was the only white kids in the school, but you wouldn't even know they was white kids because they fit in so well, So, and that's kind of how it is with the music. If you in New York, you might think everything you doing is what it is because you don't have to have an outside opinion. But once you start kind of moving around the world and you say, oh shit, it's different over here. That kind of unity of the culture is a rare thing to experience. I went to school. When I went to school, the white kids were sitting over there. The Mexicans was all in their little group. The Asians was all in their little group. The black people was all in their little group. So, and I feel like since I left New York, I did a lot of traveling. So, and I find out that's more common than the way New York runs, you know? And I end up coming to Texas because my dad moved to Texas when I was like 6 years old. He wanted to get out of the New York life. He felt like that's not a good place to raise a kid. But I stayed with my mom, and then I end up getting in trouble in school because I got to a point where I just wouldn't go to school. We was outside thugging, so they were gonna take me from my mother out there. When you don't go to school and you be tripping, they truant. There's a thing called truancy. And once you get too truant, they'll take you from your parents and put you in group homes and things like that. So before I was able to do anything like that, my mama said, "Oh, now you got to go live with your dad. You don't want to listen to me? Fuck it, go live with your dad." And that's how I ended up in Texas.
It's crazy you say that because my mom is from Jersey. She was born and raised in Jersey. My dad was born and raised here in Texas, and they met each other in the military up there. And so, yeah, it's crazy. My mom was already a Cowboys fan, so it was kind of
Hey,
destined, I guess.
right.
So,
My
yeah,
family is all post office workers. Like my mom was in the post office, my dad was in the post office, my aunt was in the post office, my stepmom was in the post office, my other aunt, my uncle in Jersey, he's in the post, so they all built their foundation off the post office. Back in the day, um, there wasn't a lot of job opportunities. And when the post office was hiring, my uncle, he's kind of like the eldest of the family, he got everybody together and was like, "Hey, the post office hiring, we gonna study for this test, and we all gonna get on." And that's exactly what happened. Everybody studied for this test, and when the test came, everybody passed with flying colors, and they kind of got some foundation. That's how my dad was able to move to Texas. He transferred from post office from New York to Texas. So when he moved to Texas, he still had a good job. And that's kind of what the foundation of my family is. Ironically, is the post office.
it's crazy. I got a cousin Rachel on my mom's side. She is a post office worker. So it's crazy that you say that.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Um, okay, so of course we you got the Texas East Coast connection. You got of course finally we got the big story behind the name and how you got to the music. Um, so just kind of like going to the journey of continuing to evolve your music, which leads us into one of the singles that you're pushing heavy right now with it has a video and everything.
Video
Summer
dropped the
Shake.
19th. Yeah, video
Summer
drops the
Shake.
19th.
You
Yeah.
so like explain like the process behind that song because like you said like a lot of songs you do you like a lot of things like pretty much the songs you do is very lyrical and yeah it's just like in your face type music but you made
Uh-huh.
this track like hey we finna make some party we'll make a party record because because yeah
Yeah,
we want to hear some lyricism but I want to party too so what
exactly,
how'd you get
exactly.
in your mind saying, "I'm gonna make a record that's gonna give you a partying and doing some shaking," and y'all know what kind of shaking we talking about?
Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna a party anthem for the summer. So we put our heads together and made something happen. And I love party music, right? I ain't gonna lie, cause that's kind of the lifestyle I be in. I be partying, I be having a good time. I'm a real positive spirited kind of guy. So at the end of the day, we really put our heads together and was like, yeah, we need to make something that's gonna have them turn up for the summer. And it kind of came together real good. It came together real good. So I'm looking forward for that dropping real soon. It's dropping June 19th. And yeah, that's gonna tear the clubs up. Definitely gonna tear the clubs up.
So
This
so we
journey on this music,
so
the
we
journey
said
on this music was epic because I did all of the wrong steps first. You understand? I spent a lot of money paying other engineers for studio time and paying for beats. And so after spending all this money and still not kind of getting the results that I want, not kind of not being happy with the end product, I decided, you know what, we're gonna build our own studio and learn how to do this shit ourselves. I ran into one of my friends, his name is Milton. I call him he my genius. He do everything. He do computer technology, so he could put computers together from scratch. He could build cars from scratch. He made beats. He engineered. So when I built this studio, he was gonna be the engineer and the producer, but he also works. He welds. He does a whole lot of shit. So he ended up being unavailable a lot. So I had to
Oh
take it
man.
into my hands to learn how to do it. And once I learned how to do it, that all that did was give me power to be able to control the narrative. Now I can do it how I want, when I want, and I ain't gotta ask. I ain't gotta go crazy out of pocket and things like that. So it's something I probably should have did in the beginning, but hey, you know, you got to make mistakes to learn. So the
Yes.
mistakes right there that I learned allowed me, for the people I love and my family and friends that I fuck with, they ain't got to make that mistake now. You can come to me, we can get this shit popping. I ain't gonna break your pockets. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna take this road to success.
So yeah, so I wish I feel now like because I made some mistakes with this too. Like along the way, man. Have a yeah, especially like finding the right equipment. Like shout like the computer I'm using for the show right now. Shout
Mhm.
out to the shout out to my guy with this man. Like it just, I mean, yeah, we'll be here all day talking about this, all this
Nah,
stuff.
that I'm
But
I'm on the same boat. Now the computer I'm using right now, the equipment I'm using, the same thing. My partner built this computer from scratch. It's a high powered motherfucker. Can do a lot of things at the same time. I'm like, yeah, yeah. He definitely turned us up. He's amazing as far as getting plugins and programs and understanding them. Yeah, he even downloads he'll get the video for you to do the tutorials to learn to become an expert in it yourself. So
yes,
yeah, he definitely made me a lot more capable of an artist for sure. For sure, for sure.
and I always think like a lot of times the business, like you understand the business, and you understand the fun of doing the records. That's when it becomes great for you because
For sure.
that's why it's called the music business or or
Uh-huh.
music industry people. Yeah,
And
because a lot of people
that's
forget
I'm
that.
glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because a lot of artists are doing this YouTube beat stuff, and that was another thing we did wrong in the beginning. Not buying these beats, use YouTube beats, and I ran into a lot of problems with that. I remember I went and did a show. I had bought a beat off of YouTube, and I went and did a show. And right before my performance, somebody performed and had a song to the same beat. And I was like, oh, nah, we can't be having no shit like that. Oh, nah, I don't like that. I don't like that. So, and then there's not enough room. So let's say somebody does find your song and they want to do something big with it, put it in a TV show. You don't own the artistic property, so they can't move forward with it. You'll hit roadblocks doing that. So I learned, okay, now we gotta control our whole art right now. It gotta be ours. It gotta be our intellectual property, so that if it does get the traction it should, there's nothing holding us back. And that's how we move now. So I make beats. I got a couple of people that's on the team. They make beats. So we have no reason to not have original content.
Yeah, even like the theme song, like I'm literally doing the paperwork to be a part owner of the track. So
Facts,
I
you got
could
to.
like is that if I'm doing for theme song to tell you something, people, like because we're gonna put it on the various streaming platforms listen to. Because if you think about it, sometimes when you go like trying to look for the theme song for something, you can't find it because they ain't got it up, and then they got to have bootleg. Now somebody made a bootleg upload of it, whatever.
Uh-huh.
I want to like
Uh-huh.
somebody they might be jam. Ooh, I want to hear the theme song, but I want to go listen to the show, dude. I want to kind of hear it by itself. And ownership,
Sure.
yeah, I got to understand ownership. I'm trying to tell you,
You
I'm gonna
got
run
to,
it through
man.
you.
That's how I end up getting my song in Baddies. I had dropped a song and a producer from Ukraine, he took a liking to the song and he messaged me like, man, you go hard. And he sent me some beats like, hey, I want you to buy one of my beats and make a song. And I'm like, well, actually, I got a feature coming up with CJ Casino. So I got a couple beat men already. But if you send me some beats, whatever beat he choose, that'll be the one we do, and we'll split the profit behind that.
Yeah.
Well, the CJ Casino feature at the time was taking a little while. So while we was waiting, I just did a song to one of his beats anyway, and I sent it to him. And then he messaged me like, "Man, this is the best song anybody ever did to my beat." So I wasn't gonna tell you, but I have a 10-song deal with Universal, a 10-song album deal with Universal. So I'm gonna pitch it to them. If they clear it, then you send me over your information, we'll sign the paperwork and we'll split the profits. And that's exactly what we did. They cleared it. We sent the paperwork over, split the profit, and then probably about a year later, we sitting down watching Baddies, and it come on the show. I couldn't even believe it. I'm like, man, that's us. Oh shit, that's crazy. Yeah.
They'll
So
be understanding, bro. They'll be
mhm.
understanding.
You can't do that with no YouTube beat. That's what I'm trying to tell people.
It, I start been trying to tell people about something like they want these artists on their show or some of these celebrities, and I ain't gonna be no gatekeeper. I'm gonna tell y'all, find like for instance, if people are on VH1 and you want to interview them, reach out to the publicist. The publicist will be your best friend because they will give you other people from the other thing, and and then they will do the dirty work of reaching out to the managers for you. So now it's broke the ice for you before you even book them. So it's like cool, like
Hmm. Yeah, somebody talking to them that they're gonna take serious for sure.
because that was the thing. Like I was a lot of folks that had on the show. I was cool with I became cool with the Viacom one of the publicists of Viacom, and they was sending me people all the time. All right, well, yeah, you want this person? We also got this person too. I'm like, shit, every damn VH1 show and everything. Yeah, send them, send them, send them. Like, yeah, so it's definitely a blessing. Um, I'm gonna go back into another thing because we were talking about this too, and we definitely got to bring this up. We were talking about that you were one of the first, well, maybe even more civic. You were the first male I shot for and featured in the magazine, in Human Cameras magazine.
Yeah.
That
It was a great experience too.
we did
Yeah, I
on the
had
bridge, yes.
I was messing with Reggie at the time, one of my favorite promoters, man. Reggie puts in a lot of work.
Yeah.
And he had put together this showcase to get artists paid because a lot of these showcases there's no benefit to artists. Actually, they actually have to come out of pocket in order to perform. Because when you're to be honest, as far as this artist goes, you want to be a rapper. Everybody is taking advantage of the rapper. So what they doing is they saying, they take these nights that would normally be a dead night. It wouldn't be, it would be a night where they wouldn't make enough money in the club, and they'll say, hey, we'll put on an artist showcase, and we'll book 25 artists, and each of these artists, they need to bring 10 people. So pretty much they're telling you right now that they're charging you $100 to perform, long story short, right? And then once you get there, you got 25 people that's about to perform. They all brought 10 people so that they could perform, and they done turned a dull night into a good night for them. But it really doesn't benefit the artist. So Reggie had put together where a competition where the winner would at least benefit. He gets studio time, get a little photo shoot, and make a little money off of it. And so the first one he put together, I had won. And that's how we linked up and did the magazine. And man, what a great experience that was.
You know what it is too, bro? Like, because as a person who's a promoter and has done showcases and whatnot, I think part of where the showcases don't do well is the networking. People don't network. It's like we come, we party, and everybody's like it's really bad now. At some point there was a little networking. It's something gets bad now where people are like in their own little cliques and they're like not mingling. It's a chance for you to talk to other artists. It's a chance for if you're in another part of the industry, interact with these artists. That's what the problem is. I see that too much. They because it's not this ain't just at the artist. 'Cause people they ain't just at the artists. It's at the people who are the other parts. If you're a photographer, you are a producer. Talk to these artists, bro. Like that's the only way
And
we're
I,
going to
I'm a,
grow.
I'm a, I agree with that, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna go a step farther. My thing with the showcases, where I think showcases have their biggest problem, is they're looking for money. So they'll book any artist, any artist. And I feel like you should have a standard. So now when you get to these shows, you got 25 performances, and out of those 25 performances, you may like 2 of them. So you scaring your crowd away. In other words, it's not a good time the way it's supposed to be. There should be some type of audition standard. So you say, okay, this song is good. I'm trying to create this vibe for the night. So these artists need to be able to create this vibe instead of just anybody can come. Whoever could bring 10 people, just come. And that doesn't go well.
You know what I think and I'm gonna submit this idea to people, and y'all can use it if you want. It's free game. I'm not your competition anymore. I'm not doing it more. So I'm giving you a free game. Why don't
Free
y'all
game.
use a dog night instead of having the artist just dry ass perform? How about we use it as a time to kind of like play music for people to see, okay, if they vibe to the music, then now it's gonna make sense, because now the people who are there, you're like, I'm fuck with that shit. Like, who is this dude? Because now they're demanding the performance, and so that's going to help the artists out more, because I had to tell this one dude, he would keep sending artists, and I'd be like, can we promote them somehow first? Get the music playing so we can get people, not just having the artists just show up and take a chance. We get to where people are like, damn, I want this person performing. Like, that's what we got to get into, of making the people demand y'all.
Yeah, almost like an audition. Because I'm gonna be real with you, a lot of artists need exclusivity. This the big thing about it is, what makes your platform big is not everybody can get on it. So
Yes.
you look at things like, Funk Flex or On the Radar, Spade TV. They're
Yes.
not just hosting everybody. There's a level you have to get to in order to get to these platforms. And I think that's where Showcases is missing. There's no standards. It's just whatever. Okay, yeah, okay, come on, go. And a lot of artists are not developed enough. They don't know how to perform. They don't perform the right music, and so they get up there and they bomb. And at the end of the day, the bombing doesn't even hurt them as much as it does the club and the vibe for the night.
Yes.
So people come out here, they want to have fun. And a lot of people, just like you said, they want to listen to music they kind of know already. They already, yeah, okay, it's going to turn them up. And so you don't got no demand, and you might have the wrong song, and yet you still out here putting this. You need somebody with a good ear to say, nah, that's not it. Keep trying, And ain't nothing wrong with that. That's how, if people know about Ross, that's what happened with Ross. When Ross was first getting on, nobody would push him.
Exactly.
DJ Khaled, this ain't the right song. This ain't the right. Then he came out with that, I'm a hustler. I'm a. They're like, okay, now you got it. Now I can push you. And so that's kind of what we need. We need somebody to be objective. We don't have no objectiveness.
Too many,
You get out
too many
here.
yes men. I always tell people, stop having all these goddamn yes men in your circle.
Right,
Jesus Christ.
right.
Oh my God, that's the biggest problem. Too many yes men, and that's why we don't, because we want to feel good. We want everybody. Oh, I'm on your jock. I'm on your, like, nah, bro. Y'all gotta do better.
And the music scene is heavily saturated with bullshit. And
Yeah.
it's so crazy. It's so crazy because in this Fort Worth area, we got a lot of motherfuckers really, really, really go hard. I'm talking about
Really?
really, really go hard. And they get drowned out by all the people who kind of trash in a way, and ain't nobody telling nobody, so it's hard for them to hear the person they should hear that they gonna fall in love with. And you got all of these other artists that's kind of jamming the space up.
Because they feel like that's going to take away, if that homeboy not going to go to the club and get a section and spend, get bottles and just blow money on them. So they feel like if they say something wrong that's contrarian, they gonna be like, oh man, you hating, man. So now they feel like that's going to block them for them enjoying themselves.
You ever notice? Okay, so I've been doing this for a while. And you ever notice people spend their money when a big artist comes in town, an artist that they like comes in town, and then you
Yeah.
got to pull teeth for people to come to your show, and you wonder why. It's because they're not enjoying it like the artist. When the artist come in town, it's all gonna be good music up there. There's gonna be a
Yep.
standard for it, and it's gonna bring the people out. You know, the girls gonna be there, everybody gonna be there. A lot of these showcases be a bunch of niggas because we up there with our homeboys. And at the end of the day, that's not the vibe people trying to come out and be a part of. They trying to go where it's lit at. And if you don't have no standard, it's not gonna be lit. People not coming out to hear okay music for 7 hours. You get
Yes.
what I'm saying? You know how many showcases I went to? It's so many artists performing that I don't even get to perform for the night because it closes before everybody can perform. And then
Limit the people.
you had 60 artists up here and all the music was trash. Now you got to tell your homeboy you doing this again. Can you come out? I'm doing that again. They like, last time I was already ready to go. You know, by 11 o'clock, I was trying to go to the strip club. You know, this shit
Yeah.
boring. You feel me?
And I sat there and dealt with it. One of my last things I dealt with before I stopped doing the club shit, the dude was like, "Oh, we gonna book as many as we can, and then, you know, that way we can get them to come by sections and stuff." I'm like, he said, "Hey, I know y'all do it a certain way in Fort Worth, but we don't do it this way in Dallas." I'm like, I've done Dallas. I started in Dallas, in Louisville and stuff. Don't feed me that bullshit. I did the Fort Worth stuff later. I started in the
Dallas
Dallas.
doing the same thing. I performed in Dallas. Dallas is doing the same. You know how many showcases I did that I done opened up for Kevin Gates. I done did so many showcases, if I'm being real, that weren't worth to open up for Johnny Dan D.
Yes.
It does, you know, at the end of the day, it's like, don't nobody wanna come out and invest in you if the entertainment and the vibe ain't right.
Exactly.
So even in Dallas doing the same thing Fort Worth doing. I done been to plenty of Dallas showcases, and they doing the exact same thing. It's 20 artists. They going up in here and performing, and the same exact. You know, you might when you first get there, it might be a nice crowd, but by 11 o'clock, that motherfucking club empty because people tired of it. They came here to see one person, and they like, I did this to support you. Now this is kind of boring. I'm going where it's fun at.
Because we go to a festival. I think when you go to a music festival, they play music in between the sets. Play some music in between the sets because you got to keep. Because the people that's the consumers, they're spending their money to enjoy themselves. So you got to feed both sides. Because I hate this bullshit as excuse that they'll tell you, some of these promoters that want to tell you that they act like they know everything. Oh, if they tripping about hearing of some new music, that they don't need to be there anyway. They still spent their money. So you can't say that.
That's the whole reason you did the showcase, because you didn't do the showcase on your popping night. So you go to these clubs, they not doing the showcase on the night where they got the most income, the night where it's the littest. They doing the showcases on the dead nights to make them profitable.
Yes.
So that's why they doing it. Talking about they don't want to hear no new music. They shouldn't be there. Shit, if that's the case, you wouldn't make no money.
Yes.
You know, that's what they about. They don't care about. They really not caring about putting the artist on. They're caring about making some money. Which is not a bad thing. It's just things that artists need to know. That's why my team, I tell them, we don't do showcases. Your job is to create an internet presence so they pay you to come out. Because if they have this dead night and it ain't worth it, at least you got paid. Because at the end of the day, you're actually spending your money that you could be using to create a more dominant internet presence to create your demand. You're using that money to go put on a showcase and act like you're in a position as an artist that you're really not in yet. Because you're not the type of artist that's bringing the crowd. You're the type of artist that's taking advantage of the people who support you. There's a big difference in that. Now, so for example, if I do a showcase, I can go get the people who fuck with me and love with me, come spend a couple dollars. But I'm going in their pockets for something that they really don't want to do. They doing off of the strength of me. I want to be able to put on a show where I don't gotta convince you. You want to call me, hey, yeah, I want to come to that one. And you know, there is shows like that. Like we did a couple shows like that where they was like, yeah, I'm coming to that because I know that's gonna be lit. You know, and that's the thing, that artists that are on, they don't have to go through that. Well, artists that are gone, they don't have to bring 10 people. The crowd is already there. All they had to do is turn the crowd up. That's a whole different environment than it is where you have to create the crowd.
Yeah, and it's like, for me, like one thing that we did big, and people would say that's why the artists actually are doing good. Then they end up becoming the headliner. Was we'll have somebody a big draw. So I always have a big draw headline. It don't mean it gotta be Rick Ross or whatever. It just has to be somebody who is has music that most people know. They go and
Mm-hmm.
jam to. That's the draw. Now the
Mm-hmm.
openers have to be people whose music makes sense. It would be best that music makes sense with the flow of the rest of the show. And you want to limit it so you don't bombard people too much, but it's so that everybody, so that the whole ecosystem wins. Now the artists that open up, they'll pay to open up if it makes sense. Because
And
they
see, this another thing too. When they people, okay, so you talking about bringing an artist, and that does work. But I'm gonna tell you what happens a lot of times with that. Even they'll book an artist that everybody wants to come and see, but that artist won't show up until the end of the night. So you got to get your artist to be there already so that the crowd is already wanting to be there and they want to listen to these opening acts. A lot of
exactly.
times they popping up at the last minute, do they show and they gone. They just securing the bag and they out. You
It's like
wanna you wanna have a good enough relationship with the artist that they show up on time, that the artist that you paying wants to be there too, you know?
that's why if
So
y'all notice a lot of times we would y'all be like, man, why I can't perform yet, man? There's a reason why we wait. We want me personally, I want you to have the most maximum opportunity. So we gonna wait as close as we can to when the actual artist is there so that it draws people in there. It makes them stay right. Oh, the person's here, so cool.
you said a mouthful because I'm gonna tell you a catch 22 with this shit, right? You do a lot of these showcases and you're the headliner. So usually the headliner performs last. And most of these showcases, that's the worst spot to be in. That's when the club's the deadest. You know, you want to get in there right in the middle because, the crowd starts leaving. And that's that, I done been through that plenty of times because I done headlined a few shows. And once the last performance come in, everybody is ready to go. Everybody done left. The crowd that was there ain't even there no more. And you supposed to be in the optimum position. That's why they put you at last because, you're supposed to be in the optimal position. And a lot of time, that ain't the position you want to be in with these showcases.
It's again because a lot of people they don't know how to coordinate. Coordinate. I got something like pops.
Or like Luda.
Coordinate. You got
Yeah.
coordinate. They don't re-coordinate it, man. They again put it together like you're package it up. And I'm gonna say the same thing for the artists. Can you please stop walking up and saying play my music from YouTube? When has
Right.
that
Right.
ever made sense?
Never.
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 Have your shit
Never.
ready to go, man. I will help me help you. I get on a lot of y'all asses because I want y'all to be at y'all best. And when I go around and I talk about y'all, I want to be able to pop my shit because I'm like, that artist doing good. They from where I'm from. That artist doing good. That's from where I'm from. I want to be able to say that and not have to think about it. And a lot of y'all just be like, y'all half-ass. Y'all don't do EPK. Y'all don't understand that EPK still exists. They still mean something. Y'all just be like, oh, I'll just put some on TikTok and Instagram. I'll be good. It's not good
Mm-hmm.
enough. And that's why y'all be standing running around the same goddamn circle because y'all don't realize that EPKs make you stand out. The way you win this industry game is you have to stand out. And when you're packaged up, that's how you stand out. I mean,
And
that's
see, like right now, I deal with labels too. I be talking to a lot of labels and A&Rs, and they'll tell you right now what you're supposed to be doing is you're supposed to be uploading a little clip of you rapping your song to Instagram, to TikTok to see which gets the most feedback. And them songs
yes.
that get the most feedback, that's what you build your EPK around. See, a lot of people, one of the biggest problem with artists, and I'm gonna be real, a lot of artists are great, but a lot of times, the music that they like for themselves is not the music that people engage with the most. So you
Yep.
gotta figure out which song is the one. Okay, like oh yeah, this is the one I should be performing. This is the one I should be performing. Because I know so many great artists that some of their best songs is the unreleased songs, me included. Sometimes, so I had to develop that too. Like okay, you know what? We got to find a way to be able to get the right feedback because a lot of times your homeboy gonna be the yes man, just like you was talking about. So you need to be able to get it to some people that's gonna have some honest feedback. You know, so yeah, right now this is a big time where, just like you said, TikTok and things make things go viral. And even before they go viral, they get bigger engagement than other things do you do. So you kind of got to develop what's your lane, you know? And so even that, you talked about party music. That's another reason we make party music. You know, we got into the party music scene because it's engaging. You know, people want to go and have a good time. They want to have that fun element still in the music. You know, they want to be able to listen to this shit and put themselves in your shoes. And a lot of times we be stuck on being gangsters and trappers, and the majority of the world ain't gangsters and trappers. The majority of the world is out here trying to have a good time, you know? So that's about finding your lane.
Yeah, and gangsters and trappers are not monolithic. We gotta stop perpetuating that every gangster trapper is like this prototype, that's what they are. All of them, they do this exact same thing. Um, we laugh, they laugh, they go turn up, they eat food, they kiss,
Right,
they
right,
fuck, they
right.
whatever. All we act like that they just one thing, and that's where they mess up. That's exactly where the problem happens. Okay, so
Mhm.
as I'm getting ready to wrap it up, I got few more questions for you. Few more. One
Okay.
would be within, let's say, the rest of this year. What can we expect from you from the rest of this year?
Okay, so I got a lot of great things happening right now. I linked up with another talented artist named Solo B Motto. We got us a lot of music we about to drop. My video, man, we've been really attacking gaining this digital presence. So we got a lot of videos coming out that people gonna be real excited about. I know that for sure. We got Summer Shake about to drop 6/19. Behind that I got another song coming out called Sprite that's gonna go crazy. My clothing line is doing well. You know, I got me, Jack Peoples, Raven Taylor, and Chelsea. We got a clothing line called I Hurt Later, and the apparel is going crazy. That's another thing doing pretty well. So at the end of the year, a lot more fashion, a lot more music, and a lot more engagement for sure. And I'm also gonna drop a tape this year too. Depending on how the singles do, because right now I'm kind of following the labels advice, and they saying drop these singles until you get the engagement that you want, so that then when you drop your album or your mixtape, whatever, that people are willing to tune in. Because we in a generation where everybody has a real short attention span, so they might could listen to a new single, but listening to a whole new album, they already want to go listen to Drake. You know, they want to listen to big artists. So right now we gonna be dropping singles back to back, and I got a couple artists coming out, like my nephew Sanjay, he gonna be coming out. uh Young Pat, he gonna be coming out. I got some music with skits we gonna tear the club up with. um uh uh uh, uh and we gonna keep on that road right now.
Shoot, and then mouthful. I'm looking for like the single thing. You saw the look I was making. I was like, a lot of
Yep,
people,
yep.
like a lot of people, are they neglect that. They neglect that heavily. As far,
Yeah, a lot
because
of us
about
a
it,
lot of us as
murder
artists,
bin. We heard murder bin for over a year and almost some change, and
before it
then
went crazy.
yeah, it was
Yep.
because people be so, oh my god, it's got like same way I be telling models, they be thinking that they been supposed to get like the traction. Like that's why y'all never see me freak out about sales. You will never see me freak out about sales. Only time I do that is when a person acts like they're too cool for school and they do all this. You need to put me on the cover because I can bring you all these sales. The other people I'm gonna be on, but I take my, because you just never know. I had one time out of nowhere, this dude I don't even know. I still don't even know who to do this to this day. He brought every last issue of the magazine all at one time. And y'all, we're at issue number 116. That should tell you something how crazy it is.
Right.
So
Right. Right.
and go back to what you said something earlier. People be so money hungry, they don't realize sometimes things take time and maturation process.
Gotta trust the process. You never lied about that. And that's another thing. Just like you said, we heard Murder Been for over a year. before it started getting the traction that it should. And a lot of artists, we drop a song, it don't get the traction right away. We on to the next one. We think that's a bad review, and and to be honest, it just got saturated into the bunch of shit and didn't get the views it should have got. It didn't see the right eyes that it should have seen. So yeah. You definitely got to be willing to have a rollout. That's what these labels call it, a rollout. In other words, you have to roll. You have to build anticipation. Drop the song. You have to keep promoting the song over and over to program people. It's programming. Just like we do with TV. I know a lot of us done heard a song. First time we heard it, we didn't like it, but we keep hearing the song over and
Yes.
over. And before you know it, you end up liking the song. Like, yeah, I like this mother. I didn't like it at first, but yeah, I like it now. They done programmed you.
But it's like that goddamn Jordans commercial. I know a damn Jordans commercial. Hard. I mean, I used to hear it doing like, and I be trying to figure out. I know the damn dance in the damn commercial. I know the song. I know I got type 2 diabetes and I'm managing well. I mean, they be having me. I'll be out of bounds. People like, what the hell? You know the Jordans jingle? I like, hey. Like you said, you didn't program in your brain.
They done programmed you, yeah. Facts.
I be laughing, and like there was some of these commercials, I be tripping out. Like the AIDS commercials, I be talking about. Man, the AIDS commercials got the best music.
Yeah, they do.
Did I hear
Yeah, they
Shanice?
do.
I love your smile. Da, 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 da. I'm like, and they're like,
Yeah.
hey, hey, be careful. Take care of your HIV. Take care of the HIV symptoms that can turn to AIDS. Da, da, da,
Right.
da, da, da. I be jamming. I'm like, yeah, I'm over here talking about, nigga, I want AIDS. Like,
Right. Magic Johnson that made it look good too. What kind of AIDS he got?
Magic Johnson did, but that damn commercial made me, everybody smiling and dancing, and they drinking coffee, skateboarding and stuff. I'm like, I want to do all that too, man. Let's go.
Right, that looked fun.
That look fun. Give me
Yeah, for
AIDS.
sure.
Ah! But yeah.
Nah, for sure.
All right, our last thing I'm gonna throw at you, and I usually don't say this for last, but I like to just mix. I kind of like to mix things up. I'm like a chef that every now and then I change the recipe. What would you say is the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you in this industry so far?
The most embarrassing thing. I'm gonna be real with you. It's kind of funny you say that. The most embarrassing thing is it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? So I'm finna tell you, we actually had this performance at a bar. The turnout was great. And we did one of the big songs, and everybody was loving it. And I forgot probably about 2/3 of my verse. Oh my God. I forgot about 2/3 of my verse because we went and performed a song that I really didn't rehearse or know that well because it was a feature song. I was a feature on it. But the ironic thing about me forgetting that much of my verse, I kind of just freestyled it. But the club still loved it. You couldn't even tell. Matter of fact, my friend had sent me a video of him watching the performance. The crowd was going crazy despite they couldn't even tell that I forgot the verse. But in my mind, I was like, fuck, oh my God, I can't believe I did that shit. Because I done seen it happen to a lot of artists, but one thing I don't do is I never forget my verse. I like to be professional. So when it happened to me, I was sick, man. I was a little drunk. We was partying before the showcase, and yeah, that was probably my worst one. But honestly, ironically, when that happened, it was one of the best turnouts and engagements that we had in our performance. So, that's why I say it's a double-edged sword. It was embarrassing for me personally, but as far as us performing it, we got a good feedback. They actually wanted us to come do it again. So,
Sure, that's a win. That's a win in my book. I mean,
yeah, definitely win.
it's just a learning lesson. It's a learning tool, but it also kind of worked out. But it's kind of
It
like
did.
for
It did.
tying this, it's kind of like what happened to Jade Cargill on SmackDown the other day. Her wig was coming off, and she did not let it stop her. She kept going. She kept performing the match, made it all the way through. Then she came out later with her hair back on, and she added a little extra into the show later, so that the last thing you remember about her was not about her in that wig.
Wig coming off. Yeah. That's definitely a good one. I ain't gonna lie, what just happened to Summer Walker is kind of embarrassing. She did one of them
Oh
shows and her
yeah,
body paint
looking
turned the
like
water brown. They on her
do.
ass about that. Oh my God, they are not letting her make it behind that.
It was looking
That
like
shit was straight.
it like a chocolate. She was trying to go for wine or martini. It like a espresso martini.
Facts. Yeah. So then she started putting dye in the water so that wouldn't happen no more. And
Yeah,
that was a good thing. But
but
yeah,
this is why you test things before you do them. Test the concept because when you doing stuff like that, you got to be prepared. You don't want to
you gotta
experiment,
be.
especially on a production level like that. You don't want to experiment on the
Yeah,
fly.
cause the world gonna see it. The world definitely gonna see it.
I
They
get
gonna
away with
have
some
an
shit like
opinion.
that. She can't get away with it.
Right. Yeah. You're not lying because the internet is undefeated. They'll make you hate yourself if you ain't got a thick skin. They will make you hate yourself.
Hate it. All right, so I'm going ahead and what we say the show instead of follow. I mean, everybody says follow. That's cool. Like nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But we change it around here. We say stalk. We want stalkers. Why do we want stalkers? Because we say this in a good sense. Stalkers, they follow you, but they comment on your stuff. They share your posts. They go buy your music, buy your merch, all that. So that being said, where are the places that people can stalk you?
Yeah. Then you can stalk me on check my Instagram, Loyalty Music, Facebook, Chris Loyal, TikTok, Loyalty Fan 500. Stalk me there for sure, please, because we gonna show y'all a lot of things that's coming. Come get that merch because ain't nobody as fresh as we is. I promise you that. And engage, man. It's gonna be worth it. We gonna make it. We gonna bring the entertainment this year for sure. If you see that Summer Shake video, everything is gonna be a high standard level right now. You're gonna start seeing a whole lot of more of me. So definitely stalk.
Stalk. Y'all know y'all can stalk me. Ceddyjdusk, Ceddy, letter J, Dusk. If you go there, you'll pretty much have all the links you need to get to the rest of everything, including for Human Chemist Magazine, Laser Focus Photos, the radio show, all that. You have access to all that, be able to go all over. So
And check the
check
clothing
it.
line too. It's called I Hurt Later. And the meaning behind that, the reason it's called I Hurt Later is because as people, we tend to procrastinate with things, and things that you procrastinate with, you never do. And the things that we usually procrastinate with are the things that we should do. So what I heard later, we want to flip that around. Instead of procrastinating with the negative, instead of procrastinating with the positivity, go ahead and procrastinate with the negativity and deal with your positive aspects right now. Because that negative probably will never come. The concept of hurting later is you procrastinated and it usually never comes. So go ahead and be happy. Happiness is a choice. We cut from a cloth they can't wear.
That and that's the dismount right there, everybody. That's the dismount. Welcome again. Thank you, sir. My boy Loyalty
Thank you.
500. Y'all know
Yes,
y'all can hear his
sir.
music, including our Summer Shake remix right here on Ceddyjdusk Live and the rest of the Inspire Radio with the 3, not an E.com. The rest of us on here, you can check it out. Y'all continue to support, man. We have reached over 70,000 unique. That's where the fuck was on listeners that come to the website over the past from just the past month. So continue that same
Hey,
energy. That means that y'all actually listening. I don't even want to get to the other
power
number. The
moves.
other number is so damn big. It's up there. It's like
Power
6 digit.
moves. Yeah, man. I'm proud of you, man. And I appreciate the opportunity for shit, sure.
Y'all know how we do it, man. We roll it out. Remind you everything you do, or no matter how you do it, remember there's a J or there's a U, there is a way. As it says in the new theme song at the end.
Hey.
So y'all tuned to the episode, everybody. We out. Peace. Remember, we come on live on Inspire Radio Wednesdays from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern. No, that's Central, my bad. And then on Saturdays, we come on from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern. So there's
Central.
your yes.
Is it Eastern or
So
Central?
Central is 1 to 2.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah,
Okay,
so
yeah.
y'all, so yes, so definitely everybody continue support. We out, y'all. Peace.
Peace.
There's a place for everybody. Every journey matters. Every voice belongs. We're all writing our own song. With Ceddyjdusk, where the good vibes grow. Real people, real stories. Everybody gets to show. Ceddyjdusk, the place you wanna be. Sharing dreams and building bridges for the whole world to see. Remember, where there's a J, there's a way. Where there's a J.